Okay.
What proof and evidence do you have that atheism is accurate and correct?
I wish you wouldn't get off. I wish you'd stay.
Okay.
Because there's this moron on YouTube who keeps asking this question and pretending like we haven't answered it. Not only have I answered it on the show before, but on the blog as well. The question is ill-formed. The question is, what proof and evidence do you have that atheism is true? Well, atheism is the position of not accepting the theological explanation. It is not accepting the God hypothesis. It is, in fact, the null hypothesis. It cannot be proven to be true. It is the default position. And Christianity and Buddhism and Hinduism and Islam, they have all failed to meet their burden of proof. It's not up to me to prove that there are no gods any more than it's up to me to prove that there isn't Bigfoot or fairies or UFOs. The default position, the null hypothesis, is that these things aren't true. And we wait and reserve belief until they are demonstrated to be true. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Oh, and about your oft-repeated challenge to, quote, provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct, as long as there remains no actual evidence of the existence of any gods, which for some reason believers are completely unable to provide, atheism is an accurate description of the nature of our world, and theistic belief, in all its myriad varieties, is not. That's really all there is to it. So you can go right ahead and show us why your God exists, if it does, okay? I look forward to hearing from you.
So the question is incoherent because it's asking for proof and evidence of belief. When you say you are a theist, that means you're describing your belief in God. Or if you're an atheist, that describes your lack of belief in God. So imagine asking the question this way: what is your proof and evidence that believing in God is accurate and correct? Stated as such, you're asking for proof and evidence of believing. So, to ask for proof that there is no God, that's like asking, it'd be like if I told you my name is Peter, and my name is Peter, by the way, but if I said, my name's Peter, and then I said, do you believe my name is Peter? And you said, yes. I said, well, can you prove that my name is Peter? What's your evidence? Proof is sort of a silly thing to ask for when you're merely talking about belief. Belief is a tentative, you know, this is the way I hold the world to be, but I don't claim to know it sort of statement. It's just foolish and shows philosophical simpletonism to ask for proof for what one merely believes or lacks belief in. And also, it is perfectly rational to not believe in something if there is no evidence.
Please provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct is not a question. That would fail on an English level. You can't ask that as a question. That's more of a that's not really a statement. That's more of a command.
Proving that atheism is true and accurate is easy. It's simple. It is the simplest affair possible. It is a walk in the park. It's a breeze. The hard part is getting Christians or Muslims or Hindus or whoever to acknowledge it. It's not that we can't prove it, it's just that you won't accept the proof because you're not really interested in learning anything.
Finally, I have proof that atheism is true. Because you, Shock of God, are an atheist. You are. You are an atheist in regards to the claims of the worshippers of the Hindu gods, of the neo-pagan gods, of the Norse gods, of the Greek gods. You're probably an atheist towards the claims of the Mormons. You're probably an atheist for the Jehovah's Witnesses, of the Seventh-day Adventists. You're an atheist towards all of these claims. You don't believe them. That's what atheist means. Here's a list of the religions in the United States that are non-Christian. Being a theist and an atheist, these are not mutually exclusive terms. You can be both. A person can be a theist for one religion and an atheist for another. Just like you. You are an atheist towards other gods. Now, you can try a little clever trick and point to the Bible and say that God says that he's the only God. But that isn't true. He doesn't say that he's the only God. He says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. But that doesn't mean you can't have gods after him. Also, Jesus says that I am the only way into heaven. Okay, what if there's multiple heavens? Multiple gods, multiple heavens. What if Valhalla was really true? Can you prove that the claims of Odin, Thor, and the rest are not true? Go on. Prove your atheism is true.
Look, Shock of God's question has been going around for so long now, and nobody has actually paid it the proper amount of attention that it deserves. Nobody has actually gone into some of the deeper philosophical issues that are associated with this question. And nobody has treated it with the respect it deserves. I'm going to have a shot at answering Shock of God's question. He wants proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. Not only accurate, but correct as well. Because of course it could be accurate but not correct. Well, here it is. Here's the proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. Doesn't look like much, does it? But it completely proves that atheism is accurate and correct.
I claim it will be the best answer an atheist has ever given to Shock of God's question. So, the question Shock of God asks is, can an atheist provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct? My answer: do not answer a fool according to his folly, or you will be like him yourself. Answer a fool according to his folly, or he will be wise in his own eyes. Proverbs 26, 4 and 5, the Holy Bible. Think about it.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat plan for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me and tore me to pieces and threw every piece into a fire. As they burned it hurt because I was so happy for you. Now these points of data make a beautiful line, and we're out of data, we're releasing on time. So I'm glad I got burned. Think of all the things we learned for the people who are still alive. Go ahead and leave me. I think I prefer to stay inside. Maybe you'll find someone else to help you. Maybe Black Mesa. That was a joke.